Hello there. I decided to try something new this time. I want to play against the computer engine, the game in which we will both have infinite time control. Well, there are three reasons why I would like to try this, although I always think that it's better to play against human because, well, humans have feelings, that they have psychology, they can feel pressure and so on, and all this is necessary to be able to apply during the chess game. But well, there are three reasons. Like I said, why do I want to play against computer? So first reason is that I don't want to get in time trouble. So computer usually plays moves instantly, and I can take as much time as I want. So this is the first thing, and this gives me the opportunity to train my thought process. The second thing was Silman's advice. International master Jeremy Silman advised you should play against computer from time to time, because then you make a habit not to play for cheap tricks. So you know that even if the engine is not so strong, it will not fall for one move threat. So you have to think beyond the making one move threats, and this is good when playing with computer. And the third thing is, like I said, the opportunity to really train my thought process. And if you have followed my last few videos, I was talking a lot about Michael Della Maza and his thought process. So I'll try to adopt this approach and try to see how it goes. Okay, so let's play the game. So play with computer. I'll play against Stockfish on lichess, and I will put level 3. So I think this is about my strength, although they give some strange ratings, but okay. Okay, so this is treated as a correspondence game. Let me just put the board in order here. Okay. So I think this is it. Okay, let me play my usual game, like I would play with a human. So this is Stockfish level 3. They give him rating 1400, but I think it's stronger. Okay, let's go with King's Gambit. And now, okay, well, about this thought process, I think while I know the moves by heart, like here, I don't have to work on my thought process. Okay, so he played Queen E7. So I have the thought process written here on the piece of paper. So it comes down to three things. First is just take a general look on the board, then see if your opponent has any threats. This is the second step. So if he does, then you have to think how to deal with threat. If not, then you have to look if you have some forcing moves on disposal. If yes, then calculate the forcing sequence. If no, then just make some common sense move. So this is the second step. And the third step is just to make a general blunder check. And this consists again of checking if you make the move, what kind of checks, captures, and threats your opponent has. So okay, let's adapt to this thinking process. So this move is an attacking move. So his queen is attacking my e4 pawn. So I have to respond to this threat somehow. So let's see, what can I do about this? I would like to defend this pawn with some developing move. So I think I'll just play knight to b3. And now if I play knight b3, I don't know, for some reason move confirmation doesn't work when you play against the computer. Maybe it's because you can take back always. So let me just hold this. So in this position, does he have any checks? No. Any captures? No. Any threats? By threats, it's usually a threat to attack undefended piece or a queen. So no, let's play this. Okay, now he plays g5. Does he have any threats? Well, not immediately, but he does have this opportunity to make a threat on my knight, and then this knight will be well, pretty much trapped. So I have to think about this move. So usual response would be h5 here, but what if he plays here? Well, I can just jump with my knight here. So I think I will play h5. It is the usual typical position, so if he plays g4, I can just jump here with my knight. And then he can chase my knight again, and then I have a problem because my knight will be trapped, and this sacrifice doesn't work because he has the queen here. Okay, so I have to think how to deal with this possible threat more seriously. I could just... Okay, let me see. I could play d4 here, and then come here with my knight, simultaneously attacking the pawn. So if he attacks my knight, I can either retreat my knight anywhere, or I can just have his pawn. Okay, so in light of this threat, I will play logical move, developing move, d4. Okay, so now let's quickly do blunder check. Any checks, captures, or threats? No. Okay, let's play d4. He develops his knight to h6. Okay, so what are the consequences? Let me just quickly see the board. Okay, so what are the consequences of this move? What are all the things this move does? Well, it attacks, controls these two squares, so I think this g4 is particularly interesting, because if he plays g4, well then I can move my knight, but this square will be... Okay, it will again be covered by attacked twice. So I think I can just normally continue my development. I can develop my bishop on a natural square, because, well, I see there are no threats. And, okay, I should check if I have any forcing moves. So I don't have any checks here. I have this capture, but it obviously doesn't work. Okay. So I don't have any tactical sequence, so I can just play a natural move, and I will develop this bishop here. And if I play this bishop, what does he have? He can attack my bishop with d5, but it's okay, knight can just take d5. Okay, I have also one more attacking move, so I should always look all attacking moves. So attacking move is d5, knight to d5 here, attacking the queen. But I don't see any reason to move. I mean, yes, okay, it's attacking the queen, and it's also attacking c7 with sorry, with this knight fork, this nice fork here. I don't like moving my pieces twice in the opening. I would rather like to develop the bishop, but maybe this is a tactical opportunity, because he has to move his queen back. I'm thinking maybe this, I can take this. If he takes back, then I can deliver check, take the rook, but then my knight will most likely be trapped here, so I will just give up 2 knights for his rook. So this is a tactical opportunity. So I play knight d5, he goes back, I take the pawn, he takes the knight, I take c7 with check, attacking his, forking his king and the rook. And after I take the rook, I got 2 pawns and the rook for my 2 knights. But my king is still in the center. I am undeveloped. This queen is very near. So I think I will just... I'm just looking away if I can get this knight back to the game somehow, but I don't see how. Maybe this... But he can just put his bishop and his king will be here, and I have no escape square for my knight. Okay, so I'll just develop. So I'll put my bishop to c4. Okay, let's see what he will do. He plays rook. Okay, so he wants to play this g4 move by all cost. What could I do now? This is an idea. This is an idea. So these are all the attacking moves. Maybe I can play this, and once he go, then I can put both of my knights here, threatening this f7 pawn. But now his knight is guarding f7, so it's not so clear. This is a nice move, attacking the queen, but I don't see any continuation after he just removes his queen. And I have trouble developing this bishop also. I could just castle. Or I could even play e5 here. Then after queen moves, I can play here check. Okay, so this is nice threat, and then forking his king and rook. Okay, so I have this nice idea. So I have to see what would be the refutation from black. So if I play e5, he will play something like c6 probably, because now this square is vacant, and then my idea is stopped here. But I do get some space, but I do have these two weaknesses. So this is a kind of trade-off. I have to think about this all the time, this bishop. Or should I just castle here? Because, well, this is not very pleasant. Okay, I think I'll just castle. I will not go into complications while my king is in the center. I'll just castle, then I can have my rook maybe on e1, and then try to make him uncomfortable. Okay. So if I castle, does he have any checks? Let's see. No. Any captures? No. Any threats, any immediate threats? I have this unprotected piece here. So c4 is unprotected, but he cannot attack it so easily. So I think this move is safe. Okay, let's play it. Okay, he plays knight g4 now. So he's bringing his knight in the vicinity of my king. So what does he threat? This cannot be captured. This doesn't make any sense. So maybe this move, because he has now an outpost on e3. So if he plays knight e3, then he forks my queen and my rook. But I can just take it with my bishop. Here, here, here. I don't see any threats. Maybe he can go here and then try to play my pawn, but I can always push the pawn or protect it with my rook. But also notice that this square is now under control, so I cannot go with my idea here. I could kick the knight if I want. And then go for this idea. Or I could play knight d5. Once he goes back, then I can kick his knight. He can go here, I can go, he can go here, here, and then I have this move, preparing this check. Maybe that could work. Okay, so let's do forcing attacking move. I think it cannot be so bad. Okay, knight d5. Does he have any checks, captures, threats? I've analyzed everything already, so let's play knight d5. Okay, he goes back. So now I want to come here after this. So let's try to kick his knight, and if he comes here, I'll just exchange my bishop. I don't care about this bishop. It's not a very good piece. This bishop is much stronger. Okay. Now I didn't do a blunder check. This is not good. I have to be slower in my move selection process. Okay, now he gives away his knight. I don't know if this is a blunder or this is just... Is there any idea behind this? Because now I can just take the knight, he can take, and I can deliver check here. He has to move his king, I take a rook with check, he has to move back, and then I can bring my knight here. Okay, let's try to... I think this has to work. I don't see any way out. Okay. So I am now checking for checks, captures, threats. I don't see any. Okay, let's play this. Of course, I cannot play this before I play this move. Okay, so I forgot that I didn't play e5. I was just too greedy. Okay. It doesn't matter, I'm a piece up. So I can even bring this piece here, but then I cannot play this nice e5 idea. Or I could just play e5 immediately. So if he takes, then I have check, and then I have check again. And then I can recapture. And I gave this knight for this rook, so I think this is nice. But if I play this, can he obstruct me somehow? He can put his bishop, for example, here. But then I can just exchange, because now exchanges favor me, so I don't need to be afraid of making exchanges. e5. Bishop e7, for example. It's okay, I can always move my knight if I want. Okay, so this looks like a forcing move, a threat. So let's play forcing attacking move. Okay, so he did play bishop e7. I could now exchanging and give away. For a pawn, but I don't want to do this. I can just now maybe play knight h2 and then go for this, and here again I'm eyeing this f6 square. And of course I'm threatening this pawn. Or I could just take this bishop right away if I want. I can do it at any time. Okay, so do I have any checks? I have this capture, I have this capture, I have this kind of threat. There are several things I have on disposal, but I think I'll just, this is a threat, I will just respond to the threat by moving my knight away. I'm quickly scanning now for any captures, checks, threats, I don't see any, so let's play knight h2. Okay, now he decides to kick away my knight, but since I am knight up, I'll just take this bishop and then I will take this pawn. And again I have this new threat. Okay. Let me check for any checks. No, he doesn't have any check because this pawn is here. Can he make any threats? Well, I think he has to respond because I'm attacking his rook, so I think this is a forcing move and he has to respond to this. Okay, so let's take knight takes e7. Okay, he didn't take back. Instead he played rook g7. Okay, so my knight is trapped, so he doesn't have to take it right away, and he moved this rook in order to avoid this fork in the future. I can save my knight just by playing knight to f5, at the same time attacking his rook here. Okay, I don't see any threats, so I'll just... But if I move this knight, it's still trapped. No, I can then deliver check here. Okay, so let's save the knight. So this is this threat is on the table. So always step 2 is if you have any threats. If your opponent has any threats, you have to respond to them. So I will respond like this. Okay, he now just gives away his rook. Okay. Well, I think this stockfish is too weak for me, obviously. So he's just giving away pieces now. Okay, let me take the rook. And now again, he doesn't want to capture my knight. Very unusual. Okay, so let me just retreat my knight back. If he doesn't want to take it, I will just save it. Okay. Well, it's important when, for example, when you're on the tournament and you can see that your opponent is weaker than you, you still have to keep your focus, to not to give away. Oh, I will do this easily. He's so weak. He keeps blundering, because you can always blunder. You can blunder weight in one, and then it doesn't matter that he's weak. So the idea is keep your focus all the time, even if you face a very weak opponent. Okay, so his threat is now just to capture this pawn. I can just capture the pawn, and he can deliver check here. So now he has a check. I have to think about this check. I can just move my king. Does he have any continuation with his queen on b6? I don't see any. I mean, he really doesn't have any pieces developed, nor any pieces anywhere for that matter, so I don't see why should I be afraid of this. I could even block it with the queen and offer the queen exchange. Okay, so I don't see any problems with this move. I'll just play it. D takes e4, e5, sorry. Okay, now he attacks again my knight. But now I have a check, and this could even be checkmate because I have 3 pieces aiming at his king, so I think I don't even have to calculate. This is a good move, forcing move, and it will most likely end in a checkmate. So let's just make this forcing move. He cannot attack my queen. He can block with his queen, then it will be checkmate again. Okay, so it's check. Okay, I think I can just play this, and this should be checkmate. All these squares are gone. Okay. Okay, so I finished the game. I never played with engine before. I mean, not maybe 15 years ago, but not with these new engines. So my conclusions is that this stockfish level 3 is too weak for me. He just keeps dropping his pieces. But anyway, I think it was a good exercise. I have to work on my blunder checks and on my thought process, and always to look for forcing moves from myself and from my opponents. So, okay, I hope you find this video useful. Well, it's a start. At least we found out that stockfish level 3 is too weak for my strength. So next time I will play with level 4 and we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you did it, and please leave the comment below. I always want to know what you think about the stuff I do, and do you recognize yourself in some things I talk about here. Stay well, and see you soon for more chess. Cheers.